Very slow weekend for crypto because, of course, when it comes to volatility and liquidity, crypto usually waits out for the traditional markets to open and to get that ball rolling when it comes to volatility and liquidity. So today, Monday, we should see, and we're already starting to see movement in the markets. Bitcoin in the 4-hour charts went from 105 all the way to 107 in a single candle. So most likely we're going to see a lot of volatility today. And that's also due because US and China will hold a meeting today in London. So we will have some tension there regarding tariffs, not only US, China, but also US, EU. So this is very important news for us. Other than that, we don't have much to talk about. So let's jump into the data in today's video. So let's start right from the beginning. Let's start from analyzing prices as always. So BTC at 107,800. We have Ethereum at 2544, XRP at 226, BNB at 656, Solana at 155. So prices that on the weekend were sideways, but now they're starting to pick up. And we can see that, as I said before, in the 4 hours chart right here. Look at this green candle right here. Saturday and Sunday were very, very slow. We're just coasting around the 200 moving average in the 4 hour charts, as you can see, and we held that pretty good. So most likely we won't be closing below that today, especially after this candle right here closing above the Bollinger Bands. So there is a huge explosion in price. Maybe it will be looking to close below that once again. Now moving to Ethereum. Ethereum is also on a little bit of a bottleneck when it comes to the Bollinger Bands. You can see that we're very close between these 2 points, more than we were these other days. So I cannot even find maybe right here is when we had similar bottlenecks, which was all the way in May when we had similar bottlenecks to what we have right now. So maybe another explosion is coming. And again, the 200 moving average is holding steady. Look, we held right here. This can be counted as a rejection. So trying to go below it, we were not able to. And then we bounced here again. And here we got rejected once again. So 200 moving average, very strong. And now we're looking upwards. And that is really good for me because I sold a spread. You can see right here, this is the short leg of the spread, which is 24.25. Let's even show that here for you guys. So it is a 24.25 and a 23.25. So $100 in leg spread. But what actually counts is the closest spread, the spread that I'm selling, which is around 4% from current price. We trace it down at 4.5%. So hopefully we're safe again because we also have the moving average here holding and most likely acting as a strong support and also the bottom of the Bollinger. But again, because we're funneled up, it is important to know that this usually comes before an explosion in price. It can be upwards or downwards. So I have to keep an eye on this. And the returns that I'm getting from this one is 0.36%. So these past 3 days, we've been on a roll because I am on a 10-day win streak with these options. And the last 3, other than this one, they were 0.8, 0.7 and 0.6. So the returns that I'm having are phenomenal. They could even be compared to the copy trading. If we go to the copy trading, we are back in the green right here, 1.38. We closed May with 4.70 and 1.38 so far. So awesome returns. If you are part of the copy trading, you're having a blast right here. You're making a lot of money with stable coins. So now going back to Solana, Solana still below this range that we drew before. So we coasted on this range and now we are below the 200 moving average, which held already once right here. So in order for us to go above, maybe back inside this range, we need to face the 100 moving average, the 200 moving average, and the bottom of this range right here. So it is going to be tricky. We have a lot of things holding Solana from going even higher. So we have to keep this in mind. But again, we are exploding upwards when it comes to RSI, when it comes to analysis, when it comes to TA right here, you can see higher highs and also volume is increasing. So most likely we will be looking at the top of the RSI in the short term. So top of the RSI, and then we're going to be coasting again, but maybe the top of the RSI will be 160. So we have to keep an eye on that. We had no major liquidations after the $1 billion liquidated the last time, but 180 is still something worth mentioning. 65.9% of these liquidations were longs, and most of these on Bitcoin themselves. Now, by looking at Bitcoin, you can see that Bitcoin has 2 major, actually 1, because this one was already triggered, 1 major place to go, which is the 108,300. So maybe we will see the 108,300 as we saw Bitcoin going from 105 all the way to the 107,600. In the meantime, this is what we were talking about in the beginning of the video. The US and Chinese officials will meet in London for pivotal trade talks. They're going to get together and try to find halfway, so a compromise between countries to solve this tariff situation. I'm hopeful that this will end good and not in a bad way, because this could bring the market down even more. But if it goes well, we can at least coast for another week without having major turmoil because of Trump and his tariffs once again. So hopefully this bring in some ease for the markets. That being said, the S&P 500 hasn't opened yet and it is stuck at the 6,000, but futures are already predicting a good morning in some ways. We're at 6,014, so at least by the time they open, we should be seeing an upwards movement. I don't know if we want to go down, but at least we are holding here on the 5,900 with the moving average. So the moving average should be holding us, and this should be another green Monday, another red one. But again, hopefully by the time you watch this, the markets will have been closed and we can see if I was right or not. But hopefully we stay in the green. Hopefully we have this momentum going with higher highs. You see higher highs, higher lows, and we keep coasting and moving upwards. So by looking at the volatility for Ethereum, it actually went down a little bit. You can see that a few days ago we were at 73, even peaked at 77. Sometimes the spikes went all the way to 89. So these are the moments when you want to sell these huge premiums on Ethereum, on Bitcoin, in this case on Ethereum, because this is what we're looking at. Imagine selling a spread right here at these peaks. Look at this, even went to 100. The premiums here must have been very, very juicy. This was on Monday, 3rd of February 2025. So imagine selling right here, huge premiums, juicy premiums for sure. So now I only got that 0.36% because the volatility was going down. But imagine this makes a huge difference. Even though it doesn't look much, this does affect the price of your options. So again, this is something that you must keep in mind when you are selling. You want to sell at a higher IV and let it go down. So you want to sell right here and let it push downwards, because this is how you make more money way faster, because it's going to be more premiums in a safer way. So today's video is going to be very short, but again, we do still have the competition going for the summer promotion, the prizes that are fantastic. Again, this counts from copy trading volume and active trading volume. So if you're trading manually or if you're just putting money in the copy trading, the volume from those, they both count for you to win these prizes. Do you want to win? Do you want to participate? You don't have to do anything other than just register and deposit and start trading, or you start depositing the copy trading. The first link in the description will bring you there. Hopefully someone that watches Bitopics, someone that watches and subscribes to the channel is going to be the winner. I hope you do win. And as always, let's have a very profitable week trading or just using the copy trade. Whatever. Let me know in the comments, what do you think the price will be for Friday? By the time the video comes out on Friday, what price do you think we will have at Bitcoin and Ethereum? Hopefully for Bitcoin, we stay above the 106, and for Ethereum, hopefully at 2,600. But again, it is speculation, but these are my guesses. Let me know what your guesses are down below. Thank you so much. I'll catch you guys on Wednesday for another one. Take care.